This week's card is a St. Patrick's themed card, so I've used all green, but lots of bling on this one. There's tons of gold accents. Here's the inside, some holographic fun there. So if this catches your eye, stay tuned to see how I made it. Today I've got a really glitzy and glamorous set for you. We have the gold jewel dazzles, and these come in a sheet of 540 jewels for you to use on any of your projects. I also have the gold border dazzles, and these are in a gold glitter finish, and there's tons of borders here for you to use. The next thing that's gold also is the gold stickles, and this is one of my favorite little tools to just glitter up some small detail areas. And we have some sets of Ebony Color Me card toppers. This is the Floral Zen set. And just to go through all the designs, these are really pretty. Kind of a paisley look to them. And there's the sheet of the greetings and a sheet of blanks for you to add your own greetings. Now this is also in the bundle, but I'm not going to use this on my card, but this is kind of a bonus. This is the chalkboard card toppers. So let me show you those. And they have a really fun kind of white on black look to them. And just really large fun greetings. And there are the tags and labels. And the blank. So we've got those, and then we've also got a sheet, 8.5 of 11 by 11 sheet of the green holographic circles specialty paper, and this is a really thick cardstock weight, so that's really nice. Alright, let's get started. So I've chosen this pretty paisley looking card topper here, and I'm first going to go ahead and glue this to the front of my card, just using regular glue stick. And I want to make sure to get it pretty well glued on the back here. Okay. And it's going to go on the card just like this. And this is a 5" by 6.5" blank white card. And if there's any unevenness in the edges, you can always trim off the excess using a ruler and a craft knife. Now, after this is all nice and glued down, what I'm going to do is open my card, taking my handy little detail retractable craft knife. I'm going to go ahead and cut through both layers of this little or large teardrop shape. So I'm going to leave a little bit of a white edge. So just carefully going along, and you would really need a new blade for this, just so because it's going through 2 layers of cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'll be right back. So now you can see I have this lovely teardrop shaped window in my card, and the next step I'm going to do is take a sheet of, just a spare sheet of cardstock that you have. I'm going to stick it inside my card, and that's just going to protect the inside of my card from accidentally getting marks on it, because I'm going to be using the Spectrum Noir pens. This is the green set. There are 6 different greens in this set, and I've done up a little marked up card here for a code. So I'm doing DG3, CG2, and CG1. Those are the 3 colors I have that I'm going to be coloring my Color Me with. So I'm going to go ahead and just color with these pens, and I'll show you a little bit of that as I go along. So here's the largest flower. I've got DG3 and CG2 with me. I'm just going to uncap both of them. And these are alcohol-based pens, so they will blend together. I like to do it rather quickly so that the ink is still a bit wet when I do blend. You can start with either the darker or the lighter color, whatever you choose. I'm going to start with a darker color, and for this little flower I'm going to just go like this with the dark color, set that down, and right away the lighter color come in on top. And you can go again, kind of loosening up the edges so that it looks more shaded. There we go. That's more like it. Now I'm going to do the same thing to each of these little petals. Go on with the dark, come in with the light, and just keep going over to blend the edges together. Now what happens if I start with the light? I'm going to color in the whole petal here, and go like this with the dark, but I don't want it to get too dark, so to go in with the light again and blend the two together. So that's kind of how these alcohol pens work. You want to work rather quickly so that the ink will blend before it dries. Alright, so I finished coloring in my card front here, and you'll notice I did leave some areas white, and that's just to add another color, if you will, to the variety. So I do have a monochromatic scheme of the green, but the white just adds kind of a rest for your eye. So I've done all of these flowers just with those three colors. And so I've just colored in the flowers and the leaves, and then around this teardrop shape and around this frame. And I've also colored in this blank label, which is going to end up being my greeting. And now that I've colored this in, I'm going to send it through my inkjet printer to print my greeting on the front. So that's going to actually end up on the inside of the card, something like this. So I'll get that greeting printed on, and I'll be right back. Alright, so here's my St. Patrick's greeting printed on this label, and I've also cut out a piece of the holographic circles paper, and this is 5.5 inches long by 4 inches tall. That's going to go on the inside of my card, and my greeting is also going on the inside, so it's kind of got a window effect, just like that. So what I'm going to do now is finish the inside of my card, just basically gluing these down, adding some dazzles, and I'm going to also finish the outside of my card with the dazzles, and I'm also going to add the gold stickles. So that'll be my last step, so that after that I can just let this card dry for several hours and it'll be ready to go. Okay, so I will be back when I'm done with that. Alright, so I finished putting all the dazzles on. These thin strips are just really skinny strips of the glitter material that I sliced off the end here. I just used a ruler and a craft knife to get those thin strips. You could also do it with scissors, although you'd have to cut really straight. And that just adds a little touch of sparkle to the very edges of the card, which I like. Now for the other jewel dazzles, I have placed them here and in some of the centers of the flowers. And as you see on the inside, I placed them around the greeting as well. And here I've placed some scalloped border dazzles. So this is full of dazzles and gold and everything. So, but I've still got one other thing to add. This is the gold stickles. I'm just gonna do a little bit of outlining, and I will be finished with this glitzy St. Patrick's Day card. Alright, so I've just finished with the gold stickles, and I've just placed it on the ends of these little vines here. I've also outlined the leaves to give them a glittery finish. This little swirl has stickles on it. And then all of the dots along this little border here have a dot of stickles. So basically the leaves, the little ends of the swirls, and the dots are all stickles. It is still wet at this point, so I'm going to let this dry for several hours before I stick it in an envelope. But just to show you the finished product, I refrained from using stickles on the inside just to leave it nice and simple, because I think the outside is the star of the show. So this is the completed card. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys stay tuned for this week's bundle, and I'll see you again next week. First in today's bundle, of course, we have the Ebony Color Me Floral Zen card toppers. And here are all the designs in the set. You're gonna get 8 sheets. 6 of them will be your card toppers. And that's 6, and then the 7th one will be your greetings. Lots of different shapes there, and the 8th one will be your blanks. So that's the Floral Zen set. We also have the chalkboard set. And this has got lots of fun, large greetings on them. Sending you sunshine, love, and happiness. Wishing you an amazing day. You make life very special. And then we also have the greetings here. And these are kind of a general purpose set, but you can also fill in your own greetings, which is very handy. We also have this 8.5 by 11 sheet of holographic green circles paper. And 3 more items. We have the gold glitter finished jewel dazzles, the 540 gold jewel dazzles. Now these are 3 different sizes of circles, and you can also use the excess area around it to make lines and other borders. And last but not least, the gold stickles, and this is really handy for filling in small areas or adding a little glitter to any of your projects. And those are all the items in this week's bundle. Thank you guys so much for watching, and join me again next week.